Hi guys, good day. It's me, Teacher MJ. Our topic for today class, it's all about parallelogram, finding all sides and all angles. So without further ado, let's do this topic. So once again class, before answering this one is you need to master the properties of parallelogram. So I will just put the link on the description down below with regards to the properties of parallelogram. So once again class, do not be worried because we will be explaining this one step by step. Alright, so let's start. Before labeling the answer for this one, let's find first all sides and all angles. So we have given, okay, parallelogram word. So line segment OR is 15. And do not forget, first property of parallelogram, opposite sides are congruent. So therefore, if this is 15 for OR, line segment OR is 15. Therefore, line segment WD is also 15 because opposite sides are congruent. Therefore, this is 15. Alright, so if WO, line segment WO is 22, therefore, this line segment DR is also 22. Opposite sides are congruent. So this side is congruent to this side. If this is 22, therefore, this will be 22. Easy, right? For this one. So once again, please master the properties of parallelogram. Alright, so WS is 10. So WS is 10. Therefore, this RS is also 10. Because diagonal bisect each other. They cut themselves into two equal parts. So once again, this OD cuts this WR into two equal parts. Therefore, this WS is congruent to RS. Okay, once again, line segment WS is congruent to line segment RS because this WR is being cut into two equal parts by this diagonal OD. Okay, so diagonal bisect each other. Therefore, this line is congruent to this line. So if this is 10 for WS, therefore RS is also 10. So RS is also 10. Alright, we're almost done with the sides. So we have DS is 16. So therefore, if DS is 16, therefore OS is also 16. Okay, because this side is congruent to this side. So if this is 16 for DS, therefore OS is also 16. And we're all set, class. Okay, we're all set for the sides. We have 22. Okay, opposite sides are congruent. We have 15 opposite sides. We have WS, that is 10, so therefore RS is 10. We have DS 16, therefore OS is 16. Alright, let's find the angle. So we have given WOD 27 degrees. And we also have RWD 77 degrees. And we have WDO 35 degrees. And we're told to find all angles, class. Alright, let's find all angles. So if you have two parallel lines, class, if you have two parallel lines cut by a transversal line, okay, two parallel lines cut by a transversal line, therefore this angle right here is congruent to this angle. You have this one, class, during your 8th grade, if you still remember, two parallel lines cut by a transversal line, and this angle right here is congruent to this angle. This is what we call, class, alternate interior angles. Alternate interior angles. And this angle right here is the same measure with this angle. So alternate interior angles. So if we draw this one, class, example, if we draw this one, okay, we have, okay, let me just draw this one, class, this parallelogram. So if we have WO, okay, this is WO, we draw this parallel line, and we have DR, okay, we have DR. So check this one, class, this is just the same, WO and DR. And then we cut this one, okay. We draw a transversal line. We have two parallel lines cut by a transversal line. We all know that this angle right here is congruent to this angle. Alternate interior angles are congruent. Therefore, we can say if this is 27 for this angle, WOD is 27. Therefore, alternate interior angle, this will be 27. Okay, once again, I hope you get this one, class. If this is 27, alternate interior angle for that, that would be also 27. This one, angle RDO. So this one is 27 degrees. I hope you understand this one, class. Alternate interior angles are congruent. So therefore, if this is 35, okay, if this is 35, therefore this is also 35 degrees. Alternate interior angles are congruent. Alright, almost done. Finding the angles, easy, right? Alright, now if you have this 77 degrees, therefore, alternate interior angles, this is 77, this will be 77. Okay, so this will be 77 degrees. Alternate interior angles are congruent. So this is 77 degrees. Alright, so almost done. So we have 77, 35. Now, what would be this angle, class? This one, in the middle part. In the middle part, always remember, if we draw this triangle, okay, if we draw this triangle, this one, let's draw this one, class. So, WDS, of course, we have this one, 77 degrees. And for D, we have 35 degrees. And we're told to find this one. We don't have this angle S. Now, always remember, class, that in a triangle, okay, in a triangle, any kinds of triangle, class, if it's equilateral, isosceles, scalene triangle, right triangle, any kinds of triangle, class, the sum of these interior angles, okay, the sum of this angle, and this angle, it should be equal to 180 degrees. Once again, class, all kinds of triangles, the sum of interior angles, it should be equal to 180 degrees. Okay, so therefore, the thing that we will do is we need to add this number, 77 and 35, and then we subtract this one from 180. So this will be 77 plus 35. The sum for this one, we subtract it from 180. Okay, so that we can get this angle. Because the sum of this angle, interior angles, it should be 180 degrees. Alright, so let's add this up. 77 plus 35. So 77 plus 35. 7 plus 5 is 12, 2, carry 1. 7 plus 1 is 8, plus 3 is 11, 112. Alright, so 112. So therefore, this will be 180 minus 112. Okay, 180 minus 112, so that we can get this angle. Once again, 77 plus 35, that's 112. And we know that the sum of this interior angles, it should be 180. So therefore, that would be 180 minus the sum of these two angles. This will be the angle. So 180 minus 112. So 0 minus 2 cannot be. Borrow 1. This becomes 10. 10 minus 2 is 8. 7 minus 1 is 6. 68. Alright, so therefore, this angle right here is 68 degrees. Alright, 68 degrees. So therefore, if this is 68 degrees for this one, okay, angle WSD is 68 degrees. Now we have vertical angles. What do you mean by vertical angles, sir? Now if you have two intersecting lines, okay, once again, class, vertical angles are congruent. What do you mean by vertical angles, sir? If you have two lines, class, intersect to each other, okay, if you have two intersecting lines, they form vertical angles. What do you mean by that one, sir? Two lines intersect each other, they form vertical angles. Therefore, we can say that this angle right here is congruent to this angle. That's automatic, class. If you have two intersecting lines and they form this one, they form X, automatic, class, vertical angles are congruent. Once again, class, if you have two lines intersect to each other, okay, if you have two lines intersect to each other, they form vertical angles, and vertical angles are congruent. So once again, this angle is congruent to this angle. So this angle is congruent to this angle. And this angle right here will be congruent to this angle. This angle will be congruent to this angle. That's the thing there, class, about vertical angles. Therefore, if this is 68 degrees, this is also 68 degrees because vertical angles are congruent. So I hope you get this one, class. Vertical angles are congruent. Because if you add this up, 35 plus 68 plus 77, you will get the same answer, class. That's 180. Okay, this will be 180. Same scenario, class, for this one. 77 plus 68 plus 35. We added a while ago. That would be equal to 180. So vertical angles are congruent. Alright, so I hope you get this one, class. Vertical angles are congruent. Always remember this one, class. Vertical angles, okay, vertical angles are congruent. Sir, what do you mean by vertical angles? Vertical angles are formed by two intersecting lines. If you have two lines intersect to each other, you form vertical angles. And vertical angles are congruent. This angle is congruent to this angle. This angle is congruent to this angle. Alright, so almost done. How about this one, class? This angle right here. What would be the measure of this angle? This one. Now, if you have a straight line, okay, you have a straight line. If you have a straight line, class, always remember that the straight line, the angle, it should be 180 degrees. Any straight line, class, the angle, it should be 180 degrees. So therefore, we have, if this is, okay, we cut this one. This is 68. This one right here, class. Okay, this is 68. Okay, this is 68. Therefore, this one, okay, the measure of this angle, the measure of this angle, class, this one, class. I hope you understand this one. This angle right here, we have a straight line. Okay, we have a straight line. Always remember, a straight line, it should be equal, the angle for straight line, it should be 180 degrees. We call it straight angle, class. Okay, that's the measure of straight angle, it should be 180 degrees. Always remember that one, class. If you have a straight line, the measure for that is exactly 180 degrees. So therefore, this is 68. We subtract it from 180. So this will be 180 minus 68. Alright, so borrow 1. This becomes 7. This becomes 10. 10 minus 8 is 2. 7 minus 6 is 1. Bring down 1. 112. Okay, so this is 112. Alright, so this will be 112 degrees. So if this is 112, therefore this is also 112. Why is that, sir? Vertical angles, class. Okay, do you still remember vertical angles? Yep, vertical angles are congruent. So this is 112 degrees. And if you add this up, straight angle, 68 plus 112, this will be 180. Alright, so I hope you get this one, class. Straight angle, it should be always 180 degrees. So we're almost done. So last angle here. So last angle with this one, with regards to this one. So we have a triangle. So we have a triangle. Let me draw this one. We have D, S, R. Angle D is 27 degrees. Okay, this triangle, class. Our S is 112 degrees. And we don't have this one, angle R. So once again, a triangle, the sum, it should be equal to 180 degrees. Okay, the sum of interior angles, it should be equal to 180 degrees. So the thing that we will do is we need to add this up. So add 112 plus 27. This will be 9. 2 plus 7 is 9. 1 plus 2 is 3. Bring down 1. So 139, we subtract it from 180. So 180 minus 139. And this will be, borrow 1, this becomes 7. This is 10. 10 minus 9 is 1. 7 minus 3 is 4. 41. So this is 41 degrees. Alternate interior angles, this is 41 degrees. That's it, class. All set for this one. Finding all sides and all angles. So quite tricky, but I'm sure if you understand it one, class, this will be very easy for your class. Vertical angles, straight angles, the sum of interior angles of a triangle, it should be 180 degrees. Alright, so let's label this up. So WD is equals to 15. Line segment WD is 15. Line segment DR, that is 22. RS, so we have RS, that is 10. Line segment RS, R from S, we have 10. WR, so WR, if this is 10 for RS, therefore 10 plus 10, so WR, diagonal WR, 10 plus 10, that would be 20. And for DO, so line segment DO, this diagonal DO, this is 16 for DS, and OS is 16, therefore 16 plus 16, that would be 32 for DO. Alright, so once again, I hope you get this one, class. 16 plus 16, that's 32 for DO. And for angle ROD, so angle ROD, so that would be 35 degrees. ROD. So once again, class, angle ROD, you're referring to angle O, the middle part. ROD. So this angle right here. Angle WRD, WRD. So you're referring to angle R, this one on the middle part, WRD. So that would be 41 degrees. Angle RSD, so RSD, once again, you're referring to angle S, RSD, that would be 112 degrees. And last, angle OSR, OSR, so angle S on the middle part, OSR, that would be 68 degrees. That's it, class. All set. Finding all sides and all angles. I hope you understand this one, class. If you understand this one, class, this will be really easy for your class. Just master, class, the properties of the parallelogram. And always remember the vertical angles, the straight angle, and the sum of interior angles of a triangle, that should be equal to 180 degrees. Alright, so I hope you learned something new today. If you like this video, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. You share it to your friends, class, and to your classmates so that we can help more students. Once again, class, this is Teacher MJ. You have a great day, class. Goodbye for now. Bye-bye.